Razabani for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. With me, I've got the main man from Matchroom Boxing, CEO himself, Mr. CEO himself, Frank Smith. Frank, how are we doing?
Really good, mate. How are you?
I'm
Welcome
good.
to the bubble. First time in the bubble.
It is. I finally got the green light to attend the bubble, so I appreciate you having me here. How's life?
Yeah, very good. Been a busy few weeks. We obviously had a Canelo Yield Room in Miami, 14,000 people there. Went on to had a week off actually, and then Dallas. We had Estrada Chocolatito, which lived up to everyone's expectations, and now back here, Okolie Glowacki, and then a fight a week up until looks like June. So it's exciting. It's good times.
Frank, I've known you a little while now, and I know you've been in Matchroom a long time, 15 odd years or so now. Very senior in the company, basically the man who makes most of the decisions now. I know Eddie's just the face. He'll be going soon, hopefully. But these shows back to back, how's it a personal feeling to you? Because I know you've got a life outside of boxing as well, and you're hardly in the UK. So how are you, like, physically, mentally kind of coping with the travel and with the demand that's on your shoulders?
I like it. It's easy because I think when you do something you enjoy, every day is a challenge. Like, don't get me wrong, boxing's hard work, but it's so much fun. You know, and we're lucky to do something where we get to travel the world, especially during these times where people are, really stuck indoors. Even being here in the bubble, it's completely different to what everyone else is going through. So we're lucky in that sense. My life is boxing, and then everything else sort of comes after that. My missus understands it, gets it. So, I think in 2019 we did 44 shows in the year, did 300 nights in hotels, and 2020 was easy because I was at home a lot, and now back at it. And we just want to take it to that next level, really, the big global push. Shows in all different countries. Like I say, there you got US, we had New Zealand, we've got Italy, Spain, Uzbekistan, all over the place. Thailand the other week as well with Rungvisai. So that's our aim now, and it's not going to get any easier. It's going to carry on going the route it's going, and we love it. So lucky to do what we do.
We'll talk about Canelo because obviously I know that his announcement was made yesterday regarding the AT&T Stadium. But is it a bit of satisfaction, the fact that I know how difficult it was for you guys to go into America and launch the zone and try to sign those marquee fighters, but a bit of happiness, self-happiness, the fact that you're now working with arguably the biggest draw in world boxing?
Yeah, for sure. It was never going to be easy. We were never going to just walk in and everyone go, "Oh, welcome. Here you go. Here's some fighters." And we put a lot of work into it. And I think when you look back, we probably started about 3 years ago now in the US, and it's been a tough journey. But we're in a great place now. Like you say, working with Canelo, he's great to deal with, great team, and I think we've delivered for him. I think he's very happy. And it's great to have him as part of the stable. We've got a great stable of fighters, and the US is going from strength to strength, as you say. And we've come up against a lot of competition. You had all the big boys there. When we went in, you had PBC, Top Rank, Golden Boy. And I really feel like if you look at the shows we're delivering now, we are arguably number one in the US. I don't mean to sound arrogant, but globally, we're the world's biggest boxing promoters, and we're going to continue growing and continue developing. So, yeah, it's a good place, and it's a nice feeling because, like I say, it's been a lot of work put in by all of the team, and to set up what we've done in the UK and new markets is our aim, and that does take time, but it's in a good place.
We know it's Mexican Independence Weekend when they fight, so I'm sure you're looking forward to that. But the two front runners were Vegas and obviously Texas. Why not Vegas?
So obviously the news came out that Texas have opened up 100%. For a fight of this magnitude, we wanted to have the biggest crowd we could. Having 70,000 people at the AT&T Stadium, Dallas Cowboys, it's going to be unbelievable. The biggest sporting event back from the pandemic. You can't really compete with it. We love Vegas. We actually haven't done a massive show in Vegas ourselves, like promoted by us, which is mad to think. So part of us were like, we want to go to Vegas, but at the same time, you need to do what's sensible in these times, and obviously financially, having 100%, 60, 70,000 people in Dallas, that made more sense. Vegas is at around 20%. They're looking to go up to maybe 50%, but that decision was taking longer than the decision was in Texas, where they'd already agreed 100% capacity. So, I'm sure we'll do something in Vegas in the near future, but can't wait to get to the AT&T. I was actually there last week for a meeting. Unbelievable place, probably one of the best stadiums I've ever been to. So can't wait for that.
Canelo did an interview earlier this week or on the weekend where he praised Matchroom, praised Eddie Hearn. I mentioned to Eddie the other day as well that Devin Haney put a tweet out and said Eddie Hearn is the best promoter in the world. That's literally all he wrote. Why is it that they're praising you guys so much when they've had other great leading promoters in the past? What has happened and what is kind of the difference between you and them?
I like to think we go the extra mile with what we do. I always think we've worked with everyone there is in boxing, and I think a lot of people within the realm and the world of boxing, all they know is boxing, which is very important, but you also need to know how to put on a show, put on an event, put on a spectacle, grow stars. Eddie, not because I work for him, he is the best promoter out there. I will never come close to him, so I've got a bit of a struggle, but that's what people love. I think the fighters like that we go the extra mile, the small details. Every little thing counts. Like you see in the bubble here, it's just a nice atmosphere. It's a nice place to be. It looks good. And that's everything we try to do with our business and our brand, and we'll continue to do so. I think all these things add up to give the fighter those feelings. There's other people who are good in boxing, but I don't think anyone comes close to what we do.
Canelo was super excited after the walk-in against Callum Smith, the trumpet. He was super excited with J Balvin. You must have spent a good couple of $100,000 on that spectacle. How do you now top that?
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? No, there's been a lot of people on, but that's all part of the show, isn't it? Take away the boxing element. You're bringing, for AT&T, you're bringing 60, 70,000 people in. You need to deliver them a night of entertainment, not just 12 rounds, 2 rounds, 3 rounds of a main event. You need to deliver them the whole thing. So, we've got to put some work in to top J Balvin. So I just remember I woke up in the morning and my missus texted me. She went, "He's the guy who does a song with Beyonce, quality," like that, So, but it was a great atmosphere in there. But everything, it was like being at the Super Bowl, wasn't it? The fireworks off the roof, the atmosphere in there. So yeah, we've got a lot to live up to now. But it's what we do. We don't get complacent. We keep striving to take it to the next level, and take the sport of boxing to the next level.
AJ Fury, I know Eddie's spoken about it. They're saying they've signed some sort of contract. There's still some elements that are to be agreed and finalised. But I'm sure you're reading online. Most journalists, most media, a lot of people are still sceptical that this fight takes place. Why is there a doubt? Why are we thinking that there's something in the way, there's an obstacle that's going to come in the way for this fight not to take place in the summer?
Yeah, look, there's still work to be done on the site, the date, etc. But that's something we're pushing ahead with now, and everyone on all sides is trying to have various discussions to make the biggest fight in the world, get that site and that date set. I think people should be a bit more excited. The fact that we've even got to the point of everyone signing a document, everyone signing an agreement to saying, yes, we're all willing to do this, now let's go out and get these final details together. I think everyone should be excited about that. But let's see. We've got a period of time, as everyone knows, to figure out these details. I'm hopeful we get it all together and make the biggest fight in world boxing happen this year. So yeah, let's see what happens. Everyone's got an opinion, haven't they? As always, especially the journalists this time.
Did you see Frank's interview yesterday?
No, what did he say?
He said he wasn't firstly happy the fact that Eddie came out and said that something had been signed. He goes, we've signed an agreement to say that won't happen, but he's kind of forgotten about that. And he said, look, with the fight taking place in the summer, no matter where it is, there are probably still going to be restrictions in certain countries with fans. We don't know if UK fans can also if they can even travel to this particular country. And it's better to just push it to the autumn and have it in the UK.
Okay, I hadn't seen it. I mean, I think, as Eddie said in his interview, he spoke to Team Fury when those comments came out. Everyone was happy with it. So, not sure about that part. I think we're all working towards making this fight happen in the summer. No one can tell what is going to happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks' time, as we've seen during this whole pandemic. Obviously, the timing of everything isn't ideal. The last year hasn't been ideal, but we've had to work our way through it. And that's our aim here as well. We want to make the fight happen. And we will all do our utmost to get all these last details confirmed. So, I can't speak for what Frank's saying, but let's see.
We know Fury wanted to fight in December. He wanted to stay active, and he's clearly made it very obvious that he wants to fight twice this year, and the deal has to be done very, very quickly. Is there a risk that if this fight doesn't happen in the summer, that there could be other obstacles in the way where Fury doesn't want to fight because he's had 19, 20 months out the ring, and also the WBO situation where they could just say, listen, we've given you the summer, you're now going to prolong it till the autumn or the winter. Joyce and Usyk will fight for the belt now if you have to vacate.
I think, the key is for this fight, let's make it for the undisputed, and that means making it in the summer, as you say. I don't think, I think it's more of a case there that you mentioned if the fight couldn't be made, that both of them would say, we want to fight. I think Fury's probably a little bit more impatient because he hasn't boxed since February 2020 now, isn't it? So February 2020 was the fight against Wilder. Josh obviously boxed in December, right here. So he's kept active. So I think the push will be more that they just want to fight. So take away everything else, they'll just want to fight. So, but like I say, our aim and our full-on view is to make this fight happen in the summer. So fingers crossed, touch wood.
May 1st, huge announcement yesterday. Katie Taylor, Jonas, Morrison, Eubank, Chisora-Parker, and then we've also got Craig Richards and Bivol. A great card announced for May the 1st. Yeah,
great card. Really excited by that one. Parker-Chisora is a fight we've been trying to make for a while now. Great heavyweight dust-up, and the winner of that fight goes on to some huge nights in the heavyweight division. Then you've got, obviously, as you mentioned there, Taylor-Jonas, another fight that's been talked about for a while. It's going to be huge, that one. Eubank's back against Morrison. Excited for that. And you've also got Bivol Richards, as you say. Then we're working on probably another fight to go on the card as well. So, great card on May 1st. It's going to be full of fireworks.
In terms of planning-wise now, with month-on-month restrictions starting to ease, what's the kind of plan for boxing? Could continue with the bubbles, or how is the setup going to be? And obviously you've got Boatsi on the 15th as well, so what are the thoughts and plans around that?
To be honest, just the way we've been dealing with this whole thing, you have to really play it by ear a little bit. We've got the dates, we've got the shows, we know what we're doing, and then we just have to move with the times, because who knows what's going to happen next week. Could they bring things forward, could they delay things? And that's where ultimately we just got to be a bit flexible and see how things progress. Our aim has always been just keep boxing moving, keep the shows on, and I think hopefully the fans will agree we've done a good job with that. We'll see how things. Bubbles. I think bubbles are great in some ways. Having everyone within this space, for content, for activity around the fights, the buzz. I think it all adds to it. Maybe we'll try and keep something like this even when things do go back to normal. Who knows? On that front, I think we've just got to be flexible and see how the times progress.
Let's talk about tonight. It's a big night for Lawrence Okolie, somebody who signed from debut. I know 258 signed him from debut as well, so they're super excited as well. He's up against Glowacki, who's only lost twice to Usyk and Brady, so very, very experienced. So how tough is this fight for Okolie?
Yeah, really tough. It's a real step up. It's unfortunate it didn't happen in December. He obviously ended up fighting in December, but didn't get the opportunity he'd been working for the world title. But glad we got it back on so quickly. I think Okolie's really improved over recent time, especially being with Shane McGuigan. He's really come on, and I think it's a very tough fight. It's a step up, but I think it's his time. I think he's going to put on a stellar performance tonight and a big win for him.
We know the weight's always been a question for Okolie. He tends to not eat meat, to kind of stay at the cruiserweight limit. In the past, he said he wants to win a world title and move straight up. Shane's now saying, no, I want him to kind of unify and then move up. But is there a risk factor also that when the fact that Anthony Joshua's in the heavyweight division, he has most of the belts, Okolie moving up, he can't really fight those mediocre fighters. And he said to me himself, he goes, if I go to heavyweight division, I want to fight the top names directly and straight away.
No, I think there's top names out there, maybe not for the belt straight away, but I do think he'll stay at cruiserweight for a period of time. I think he'll look to unify the division. Some big fights out there for him. And then heavyweight naturally in time, maybe 2 years from now, a year and a half, 2 years. Obviously with the hopefully the undisputed fight happening takes place. I think the belts over time possibly will free up, as we've seen in the past, because it's very difficult to keep, when someone's holding all the belts, to keep all of those active, to keep all your mandatories on. So I think they will free up as well. But I think his focus right now is the cruiserweight division, and in time, as I say, move up to the heavyweight.
I wish Okolie all the best for tonight. Frank, just a quick one. When you have events such as the Undisputed, do you get inundated with fighters saying, can I get on the card?
Yeah, we get that every week, to be honest. Every show we do. We're doing shows all around the world, and there's a lot of complexities, a lot of work that goes in. We've got 150 fighters now, so everyone's like, right, I fought this week, when am I next out? And it's like, can I go on that fight next week? So, everyone always wants to get on every show, but obviously the bigger the nights. We're having it with Canelo Saunders at the minute as well. Everyone wants to be on that night. So.
Okay, all right, Frank, thank you for your time, my man. All the best tonight with the show. I'm sure it's going to be another spectacular show as always, and we may catch up after the fight.
Good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming.
Frank Smith, IFL TV, thank you very much.